Okay, so I'm going to show you. This is a compound miter saw. What that is means I can change the angle by shifting this way, and it'll cut like this. You come this way, you cut this way. I'm going to set it back at 0. Or you can change it from the back here, and it shifts the blade down like this or down like that, so that you can do like trim moldings or miter joints. But it's a chop saw when you use it like this. So right now I'm building this sink base. Sorry it took me so long to get back to you. I'm just kind of dragging today, sinus thing going on. So 47 is my width on the sink box, and I've already created the base with the plywood. I ripped it down on the table saw. You'll see me do that here in a little while. I'll show you how to use a table saw. I have job worksite table saw base and a DeWalt system, so it makes it super easy on the measuring. It's already set up to measure. Anyways, I've got a 47 because this is going to be the piece that goes across the back to help support the sides and keep everything in line and square. Anyways, I was explaining, or let me explain, in carpentry, a lot of times, if you have somebody that's doing a whole lot of measuring and another person that cuts, you will find you'll see a mark. If you see a tick mark like this to the right, that means you want to cut to the right. If you see a tick mark to the left, that means you're cutting to the left. A straight T across means cut on the line. I just do it out of habit now, so that I know if I've measured a bunch of pieces which side to cut on. Otherwise, this blade's about 1/8 of an inch, and it can throw your cuts off by 1/8 of an inch. So just know when you're measuring things that to account for that blade width, and mark which side of the line you want to be cutting on, so that you're not just 1/8 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch and 1/8 of an inch 8 times becomes a whole inch off. You're making a whole lot of cuts. Wow, things can start to get wonky fast. So just keep that in mind. Other thing is, if you want to extend the life of your blade, it's easier on your wood when you turn it up like this. So this way too, if your hand is always here, let me make sure you can see. You see what's going on. All right. So when you're cutting, I mean, I have a guard, but if you hold your wood here, you're never going to cut your hand. You have a hand here and you have a hand here. And these are guards. They can be moved, but if you're holding your guard, and it helps, you can, when the wood isn't this long, you can adjust it too. But if, don't hold it here, hold back here, you know, and you're never going to have to worry about cutting yourself. Now, when you go to cut, I like, just barely dip yourself so you see where you're at, because I know I need to come over just a hair. So now, I'm just to the left of my mark, and I know that I'm not going to run short. And now on this box, it's not precision carpentry, okay? It really is literally a base with some 2x4s. It's got some railing on the side and plywood on the side, and then supports, and then, you know, across your top to stabilize your sink and support the countertop. It's not fine carpentry cabinetry. This is not actually a base cabinet. It's a box. It's a sink box. So I need one of these at the base. Oh, I've got another one cut already, and I'm going to split it. So you will see a table saw right now, because I'm going to split the other one in half, rather than, I don't need solid 2x4s for all 3 pieces that are going in the back. So I'll turn you around and show you. Now again, I have a nice setup, which I really appreciate. I think I got this for Christmas a couple of years ago. And I like it on its table. I mean, you can get just the thing, but I have the job worksite table. Go on, Wasp. Makes it easy for moving and setup and stuff like that. And I really, really love this saw. So I have no complaints. For the most part, I can do everything I've ever needed to do on it. Alright, so I'm going to cut this in half. I'm just going to split it, your 2x4. I'm going to split mine right down the center. So I'm just going to release this. And it is like an inch and 3/4 usually, I think is my halfway. Yeah. And then just a tiny bit more. See, and I have a ruler in here, and I can flip it. It can go whatever sides. Just eyeball it better. That'll work. And lock it in. And then my blade obviously is not high enough. Now this does have a guard that can go on it. And I probably should use it, but I don't, because, well, I just don't. I prefer to see where my blade's going, and I've been doing this long enough. I'm very careful. I'm extremely careful. When I say that, I should knock on wood. They say you're not a true carpenter till you lose a finger. I'm going to settle for a fingernail. I plan to keep all my stuff. So, and I've got my push stick. And you can see, mine's had some run-ins. So I use my hands. I'm not stupid. Safety glasses, because sawdust in the eyeballs is kind of annoying. Alright, so now I have the pieces that I need. These are my 3 pieces that are going in the back. Where's my other one? Yeah, it's over here. Good Lord, some dog is not happy. Alright, let's go inside and see what we got. I'm just going to carry you with me. Ready? Here we go. Let's turn around. Here we go. In we go. In we go. Alright, wait a minute. This is not as easily done as it looks. Alright, here we go. We can get you. Come on. Come on. Come on. We gotta go back inside. We gotta put it together. Alright. There you go. So, sink box. Look at that. See, look at all that room, and I'll show you what I did. Really is easy. The box itself is just the plywood measured out 2x4s. Yeah. And this had a bit of a warp, so on the side that warped, you want the bow on the top, not where it sags. And it'll flatten itself back out over time. Especially once you get the wood all on top of it and countertop weight and all of that. So, and again, I know I have no kick plate, but come on, when you work at a sink, do you seriously, are you all the way up in that sink? No, you're here. You're not in the sink. Yes, you got kick plates on cabinets, but even then, you know, that whole leaning against the cabinet. I only have the one cabinet. I don't need a big kick plate on everything. It's just not necessary for this. So, now that I've got my back pieces, they're going to go, I'm going to show you. It's going to actually be supporting. This one will go up here like this. And it's going to get locked in to 2x4s. The studs in the wall. Okay? I can see from where my sheetrock is where my studs are. So this is going to get locked in level here. That's going to help support my countertop. Keep it from sagging. These will go across the back. In between the like in this. And that is going to support my shelving in the back that's going to go in here for storage. Okay? And because we don't want to close this whole back up and have to drill holes and fit this back over, because like I said, I didn't want to take this pipe all apart. We kind of pieced it together, and I will mud and seal all of this up. Okay? So we're going to have an open back on this, but when it's all said and done, it'll be pretty inside too. And then I'm going to have sides on it, so they'll have the support, so I can just slide my shelves in. It's pretty basic, pretty easy, and then it'll have the piece across the front that supports the front of the countertop so that the sink doesn't sag the countertop when it's full of water and dishes. So I don't think you need to see me screw it all in. Surely you know how to use a drill and screws. Pre-drill your holes. I mean, it's not fine wood, but I just like to pre-drill my holes so nothing splits. And just so I get a screw straight through, like straight on the way it needs to be, nothing sticking out. Make a base, pre-drill, screw your 2x4s on. You can stand them up tall if you want that tall box on the bottom like this one was done. I didn't want to do that. Why? I want as much storage space as I can. The idea is just to get this, you know, stabilized. You don't want to lay the plywood directly on the ground, okay? So just give it a base to put things attached to it also. Other than that, it's really straightforward. It's not even a solid box, okay? What you're creating is a support system for the sink and the countertop, okay? With some storage. Think of it that way. I'm going to get to it. I'm going to cut my stuff, and I will show you how, once it's all assembled, or as I'm putting it together, if you want to see that, I'll go ahead and show you some of that. Other than that, I just need to work. It's already, good Lord, it's already 2:30, and I didn't get as near the work done yet that I thought I would. So I need to hustle. I got a lot of work to do and no talking time, and surely you don't want to just sit here and watch me saw things and screw things. So I'll come back when there's something worthy of showing you and telling you. We'll do show and tell time. I hope y'all are having a good day. I gotta get to work. Bye.